Check our connections over here. Ooh, I also need to make sure that we are all well connected across platforms. And yes, I believe so. Okay, we can officially start our Nimble AI panel today with Talus Mike over here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And this is Mongla, your host from Nimble. Today, we're going to interview two speakers from Talus and Nimble to talk about their latest update in the AI and blockchain industry. And first, let's welcome Mike from Talus to introduce yourself and introducing the project to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Moonlight, and thank you, Alex, for hosting me, though it's 6 a.m. over here. I'm Mike. I am the founder and CEO at Talus Network. Talus Network is an all-one blockchain for on-chain AI agents. I could explain what on-chain AI agents are in a bit later. But we're basically building the perfect ecosystem for agents to interact, transact, live with one another, and actually do complex actions all on-chain. And this is enabled with like complex tooling and making it or meeting developers where they're at for them to easily build these agents.
That is marvelous. And thank you so much, Mike, for joining us today at very, very early morning. Right? And this also shows our audience that you definitely dedicate to the project so much that you are willing to wake up so early to attend our weekly AI panel. Thank you. Much appreciate. And next, we're going to bring microphone to Alex, our marketing head of marketing. Oh yeah, new title. Hi, Alex. Would you like to also let our audience know about yourself and the project Nimble? Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Hey guys, long time no see. I guess it's been a 2 week hiatus for us, and some taking vacation and celebrating the Golden Week. But yeah, I mean, we're still the same Nimble, right? The same open AI platform, trying to democratize agent creation as much as possible, and for everyone to be able to build them, to own them, and monetize them, right? We need to make some money while building them. Yeah, I mean, the thesis is the same. Still have the Nimble chain where like the agents are going to live on, and then have this miner and validator network that makes everything go up. So what's cool, actually, we just passed 20 million AI transactions successfully completed on the network, which is huge, because a month ago we were at less than 10. So that's pretty crazy that it just doubled, well, more than doubled. But yeah, great to have you, Mike. Thanks for taking the time, and thanks, Moonlight, for the intro.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us. And today I believe we are in 3 different time zones, right? With Alex in Europe and Mike in, I guess, North America. and me in Asia. So that's amazing that we could be here all together to talk about AI in blockchain space. And of course, the first question we would like to go over to Mike, the founder CEO from Talus. Why does Talus choose to build on-chain AI agents? Thank you.
Yeah, so the biggest thing, and I know like in the crypto space, everybody is excited about agents, and I think the biggest thing is like why. First of all, like why agents, and this is because like the traditional consumer won't really understand models or like fine tuning or RAG. They want to see tangible, easy to use interfaces that will make their lives efficient, that would make their lives easier, and it would actually save them time and money, or it would actually make them money down the line. So we could all just like chill and be at the beach and read a book or just like play video games. Well, we don't have to really work. But if we look at the future of these agents, agents are going to be everywhere. Your mom's going to have an agent, your dad's going to have an agent, your grandmother's going to have an agent that's going to represent them in this digital world. And these agents are going to just have identities. They're going to have memory. They're going to be able to like just act for you. But right now in Web 2, there's a pretty big problem in to build this future. Mostly because like Web 2 is built for humans. Every website has a CAPTCHA. You cannot really scrape the web. You don't have this composability of agents where your Siri or your Apple Intelligence or your Alexa cannot talk with your Google Assistant. And it's very hard to build these like workflows of agents. And for each AI tool or AI resource, like a model, like data set or compute provider, you have to build all these like complex interfaces to be able to just connect them and build different workflows. And let's not even talk about like digital assets and money, how agents could like purchase and trade or even like transact for you, which is agents transferring value. There's no way or like a sovereign way in Web 2 where you have like digital assets, and you cannot even open like it's very hard to open a bank account for a human. Think about like just opening a bank account for an agent, like Bank of America or like I don't know, like it's going to be incredibly hard for agents to get access to the dollar or any type of money. But blockchains actually solve this. Like they're incredibly composable. Like you could build smart contracts with on top of one another very easily. If you define agents as smart contracts, this enables kind of like this composability. You have interoperability, which enables agents to talk within like multiple networks and talk within like multiple applications. And then you have all these like digital assets and wallets that enable agents to trade. And then to add on top of that, you have this like censorship resistance where like, okay, you never know if like OpenAI is going to censor you for using their API or like Microsoft Azure or like AWS, they're going to like cut your compute. I do think like blockchains bring this concept of like censorship resistance to life, where like you could build an agent that's accessible to anybody, open to anybody. It's verifiable, and all the workflows within the chain are transparent.
Wow, that's definitely a very fascinating perspective, right? An agent that we all could use, and even our elder generations, right, who might not super familiar with technology or decentralization, the concept, right? And so, of course, we definitely would like to see the progress of Talus as well. So please keep us updated and come back to our panel in the near future if there are any more new information on building AI agent at Talus. And of course, we will also like to bring another question over here to Alex from Nimble. And let's talk about AI sharing economy. Could you please explain the concept of AI sharing economy that recently Nimble Network actually changed our descriptions, right, across different social media platforms? What is this about? And what is the way that AI is still shared and monetized? Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, the latest change came from like an idea to kind of further expand the vision a little bit more. It wasn't just to build, own, and monetize the agents, but it's doing it in a way that's more, gig economy related, right? If you look at the past, I guess 10 years now, even a little more than that, right? It was the Ubers and the Airbnbs who caught on fire by allowing people to actually lease their room for a 1 or 2 days, or actually use their car for an extra ride, or just be able to drive whenever they could and earn the money, without much prior investment. So we want to kind of have the interface for developers to build these agents, as quickly as possible, as fast as possible, but as easily as possible, to be able to just, okay, um, I've got some more free time. I'm interested in building maybe like a healthcare diagnostic tool, agent. Then I'm using Nimble's and Notebook, so that this way I can then publish it on our hub, on our AI agent hub, right, the marketplace, so to speak, and then people can pay for using it, right? Basically, deploy the API on the chain, and then that's how you monetize it. So this way, everybody, and then we're actually going to launch some interesting models, where you can kind of fork those models, pretty easily, and then make changes and then kind of build on top of it. So it's a little bit composable and easy to launch, and have like limited edition models like this initially. So we can jumpstart this idea of, okay, let me tinker with it. Let me actually make some money as well. And I did like your vision, Mike, about like agents for everyone. I think we talked like maybe 3 weeks ago or so about this idea of how kind of agents fell into like the GameFi sector, or like just gaming, or the SocialFi sector, right? And it's like, yeah, I mean, sure, your grandma can have an agent to help her onboard onto Farcaster, or just other social networks, so to speak, or have like agents for moderation, right? So that this would be like really cool concept, or like in gaming, and non-player characters as agents that talk to you in real time while you're just kind of soloing out on Minecraft. So yeah, really cool to see that. Love to see your take on DeFi. I think the golden goose right there.
Yes, yeah, certainly, just like you say, right? The insight, right, for the potential of AI sharing economy is definitely exciting. And also, yeah, both Alex and I has the background of GameFi first, right, in the blockchain industry for maybe a couple of years. Right? So now we're owning AI, so definitely wanted to see these two blend together, and they are certainly trending topics in the space right now. And of course, DeFi, right? If we could, yeah, help people to make decisions while investing different projects, yeah, in Web2 or Web3 using AI agents, that would be perfect. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing that. And let's go over to Mike, the founder and CEO from Talus. We would like to discuss the second question. What are things happening over Talus over there? Especially, we would like to see that how the team will make the goal, right? Or your vision. How do you reach the goal and build the AI agent? Any plans that you would like to share with us? Thank you.
So yeah, let me talk a bit about my thoughts on DeFi. I do think AI. There's going to be like a next like DeFi revolution powered by AI. People are calling it like the AI DeFi revolution. I do think it's gonna like DeFi in itself, and it's hard to use, it's hard to learn, it takes some time. I do think that like agents themselves will facilitate that a lot. However, I don't think it's like the holy grail of like why agents on chain or like why crypto and AI. I just think that like AI DeFi is an enabler. Like DeFi or like blockchains themselves are going to be the payment rails or the rails where these agents will use financial infrastructure to do much more. And down the line, we want to reach a level where we'll build or enable consumer applications where users don't really even know that there's a blockchain in the back end. And I do think that like DeFi is kind of like on the way there, but not like I for some reason I think that like the market is kind of limited in that way where like not everybody's just like financially literate. But if you could just like automate that whole process, would make it like much easier for people to use. But to answer your question, Moonlight, Alex, I don't know if you have any comments on that.
Oh, I was thinking more in the idea of maybe having an agent that bridges for you, or off ramps, or swaps tokens, more in that note than building a much bigger application.
Well, yeah, like agents using payment rails will definitely be. I think it's one of like the biggest unlocks here, where like you can't replicate that on Web two very easily. You have to use any or like a centralized API to make that happen. And yeah, blockchain is kind of like the perfect environment for this. And then yeah, it could automate the agent to do whatever you wanted within this like payment rail system. But yeah, to answer your question, Moonlight, what are we doing to enabling this feature of on-chain AI agents? We're building our protocol, which is an L1 blockchain, and then we've actually released the first fully on-chain agentic framework that enables you to deploy and build these on-chain AI agents, orchestrate them, have them work with one another to do more complex tasks. Because like, okay, you have one agent that has one specific background, but um, that agent can't necessarily have access to every single type of information. So you could basically kind of like coordinate multiple agents from multiple backgrounds that have access to different tools that, let's say, are like Web2 APIs, like searching the web or reading Wikipedia or getting access to any type of like external data, to make their thinking process a bit more strong. And then yeah, once you have this agentic framework where you could like coordinate agents, make them kind of like work or have the workflow be completely on chain, um, have like the loops and whatnot. We have our Python SDK, and why even though like we're building in Move and the actual blockchain leverages the Move VM for high throughput, security, and uh, better developer experience, we want to be like very targeted in developer experience. We built this Python SDK because we want to meet developers where they're at. And I do think that like the majority of like crypto or sorry, the majority of AI developers worldwide, and the majority of like AI tooling is written in Python. So yeah, I'm getting a bit more technical here, but basically want to be able to have or onboard these developers from Web two to build these on-chain AI agents and leverage our SDK without even knowing that the agents are actually on-chain, and they're also leveraging all the benefits that this brings.
Wow, the first fully on-chain AI agent, definitely amazing. So it shows that the Talus team is dedicated to creating advancing AI agents for everyday use, right? That is totally amazing. And do you have a background in business or finance or technology? Because you sounds like you are super familiar with all the technology, Mike.
Yeah, so I have a background in industrial engineering and have a master's from USC in applied data science. So been looking for AI tech or at AI tech for a while now. Been playing it with it myself for a couple of years. Then I got into like crypto because I got excited about DeFi and financial infrastructure, like open financial infrastructure, and this rabbit hole has me like pretty tied up. But I'm really excited to be like working in the intersection of AI and crypto, and really excited about like the unlocks that it could bring.
Respect, you are the tech guy in the room today. Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing the plan with us. And let's go over to Nimble over here, talk about some upcoming product launch, the AI notebook. And Alex, can you share the exciting product launch with us? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, in a week or two, that that's what we're aiming for. To launch the AI notebook, which is, I mean, again, it's like this basically integrated development environment, right? It offers that Web two like experience. You know, you're a developer, you just come in, you start building, and notebooks are not something new, but I think um, using a notebook with ease is something that we're trying to basically have as much as possible, right? Because we have the GPU side, we just need the development side to be able to have the agents done, and then publish them as well. So that's going to be the main focus, right? And with this, we're also planning to have some sort of models that like models that you can fork, as I mentioned, and have this kind of quick demos. There's going to be a whole lot to talk about, and especially with DevCon approaching, right, next month, that's going to be even more exciting. We're definitely planning an event there.
Nice. So DevCon in Thailand, right?
Yeah, that's right, Bangkok.
Okay. Are you going to fly back to Bangkok or maybe just
Ideally, yeah, that'd be
okay, cool.
great.
Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, let's definitely looking forward to it because I already see that we're planning to make some banners and merch for the DevCon as well. And Mike, will the Talus team also be there at DevCon in Bangkok?
Yeah, we're at least I'm going to be there, just grinding, meeting developers, getting people to build some agents. I think that's going to be our main focus for the next couple months. I don't know if I could share my screen because I have like the repo here open. I could talk a bit about Nexus, which is our agentic framework. I don't know if
Yeah,
people would like to see the picture.
if you want to share your screen, feel free to do so. I can stop sharing mine.
Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, this is video AMA, so that's the beauty. Yeah, right. Better than audio space because we can only hear voices, but over here we can also take a look at different products. Nice. Yes, we are seeing it.
So this is the repo of Nexus, which is our on-chain AI agentic framework. To talk a bit like about the architecture, and we have a whole like blog post for this. We have basically the on-chain logic, which is like a bunch of like SUI move smart contracts that enable like the agents to live on chain, to define the agents, define their capabilities, define their tasks, the tools, the backgrounds, and so forth. We have the, as I said, like the Python SDK, which provides like all the easy functionalities of like setting up agents, interacting with like the different smart contracts, and running the actual agentic workflows. All these is kind of like super familiar in Web2 looking, which enables like people to easily understand it. Like you don't have to learn Move to write smart contracts, but if you get it to write AI agents, but if you get into like the ability to do it, like you'll be able to do much more with the workflow. And then you have like the option components, which is we believe that these AI, let's say AI resources like models, data, compute are pretty heavy to bring on chain. So we're like managing them off chain in a verifiable and secure way to power this on chain agentic framework. So here you have like the whole like diagram, which is like, okay, you have the smart contracts that live on the blockchain, which are or blockchain will be called the proto chain. And then you have the on-chain components powering or in making these inputs be on the blockchain, which you have like LLM inference and all the tooling that actually comes from Web 2. And then you have like all like event emitted infrastructure. And then you have all the actual agents that are which get it defined through the SDK, and you define like the UI, the instructions that the agent should do, and whatnot. Um, and then yeah, like some features that we're working on are obviously like the pricing and transacting mechanisms, which Alex briefly touches. Like how do you make an agent be able to like pay, or how do you make people uh, rent agents, or even agents rent other agents to have kind of this like collaborative economy. I do think like obviously like security and like slashing mechanisms, like adding like multiple models, customizing tools, or enabling anybody to just like add tools and even like rent those tools. For example, like if you have access to a special API on Web2, um, you could commit that to the network and operate that as a tool, and people could like pay to use your tool to make the agent smarter. Obviously, like parallel execution, you want to have like hundreds of thousands of agents talking to one another, and you want to have this kind of like network that's like seamless and scalable. Yeah, obviously like privacy, which will come down the line once we have better product market fit.
Nice. Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing the framework with us. So let's look at the bigger picture. How do you envision the on-chain AI agent going to transform the crypto and AI industry? Thank you.
I don't think it's going to just transform the crypto AI industry. I think it's going to transform the AI industry in general. People are going to realize that we cannot trust these like centralized providers, or we cannot just enable these like Web 2 companies, or like AI be controlled by 4 people only. So I do think people are going to start looking for a decentralized and open economy of AI agents, and that's exactly where we're going to be positioned to power. We want to make this economy a reality. We want to enable the right tooling, enable the right ecosystem for these agents to transact. And as I was talking a bit before, you'll have agents everywhere. These agents will represent you online. They'll book your flights, plan your vacations. Like I even haven't started like looking into flights for um for DevCon, and we're partnering with these other guys that are building kind of like a travel recommender system, and they'll be able to like have an API to like purchase flights, and we're integrating with them and integrating Nexus, which is going to be pretty exciting because like you'll be able to just add your requirements and then just like have the agent with crypto like buy your flights, which I spent a lot of time doing that, so it's kind of like a big savior. But yeah, and to answer the question more completely, I do think like agents are going to be enablers of a lot of productivity, just as like machines did initially. And we're going to be in a position where like this future is completely decentralized, it's censorship resistant, and all these activity can live on chain in a scalable network. And not only that, but like also a network that is completely built to support the execution, the all the primitives and all the transactions that these agents will have.
Nice. Yeah, even though a lot of the popular AI tools that we are using now are more centralized, right? But definitely I could also see the vision that Mike bring up over here, right? We will have more on-chain AI agents and more AI tools for us to use, and not just change the crypto industry, but also the whole AI industry and our everyday life as well. Thank you so much, Mike. And let's go over to Alex over here. The last question. Let's talk about Nimble's stack for AI lifecycle management. And so Nimble Stack is said to enable seamless AI lifecycle management for the developers, right? Could you please also walk us through how these works and what makes it
Mm.
unique compared to other AI platforms? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there are that many AI platforms where, especially on chain, where you can do AI lifecycle management. And for those who don't know what it is, it's basically just it's the entire process of building an AI agent, right? From like, let's say identifying the problem definition, and that can be whatever, reducing churn rate for products, right? And then looking at data and then trying to prepare that data. Maybe you need to train a model based on historical data or take out whatever null values and so on and so forth, based on what you actually want to achieve, and then train that model for that specific period of time, which you'll all be able to do with Nimble. And then once you train, you can fine tune even more. You can do ML ops as well, and then tweak the model to eventually be able to kind of be within the parameters that you're expecting. So let's say, I don't know, if you have whatever, if you want to improve let's say you have a factory with machines and sensors, and you want to change those sensors preemptively, then want to have higher accuracy. Then what you'd be able to train the agent for, like, I don't know, data, let's say until August, and then once it provides enough accuracy, then you can actually test it on data from last month to see, okay, did it nail it or not, and just fine tune along the way. So that's kind of the aim with Nimble and the whole AI lifecycle management, because I don't think we talk enough about that. And then like what goes through actually building an AI agent a little more in depth.
Nice. This is definitely something new to our community and very enlightening. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing the detail with us. And I would like to change my screen sharing over here because I see that our session is being featured on the front page of Finance Life. So I'm going to stop this
Oh,
one
woo!
and share
That's
another
cool.
one. Yeah, so right now we actually got a lot of live views across platforms and super exciting. And friends, be sure to give both Talus and Nimble a follow on X so you are going to receive more information from both amazing AI teams in the crypto industry, and they are going to change the world. And of course, I do hope to see both projects could have some product integrations, right, or different collaborations in the near future. And let's talk about these in DevCon in Bangkok. Thank you so much, Mike and Alex, for joining us over here today. I know both of you are super busy, especially so early for Mike appreciate you for joining us today. Thank you.
No, thank you, Moonlight, and thank you, Alex. Should definitely try out and see how we could collaborate and make this agentic future a reality.
I totally
And
agree. Yeah, and then let's meet up at DevCon. I'd love to have a chat.
amazing. Thank you so much to both of you. And I'm going to close our backstage over here. The replay will be available across platforms on our Nimble's Twitter and YouTube, as well as the Binance Live channel as well. Thank you so much. Bye.
Hey everyone, give us a follow.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Okie dokie, everyone. Wow, once again, this is a definitely very well informative session, right? So we learned about the seamlessness and flexibility, yeah, of both Talus and Nimble's projects and the fully unchained AI agents and also AI lifecycle management, yeah, from both projects. Definitely very cool concept, and we're looking forward to see the announcement when both projects AI agents or AI notebook and yeah AI order books are ready for the public to use. That is definitely yeah fascinating. And friends, don't forget to give us a follow on X so you will not miss additional information. Let's listen to some upbeat music to wrap our session. And I'm Moonlight, your host from Nimble. Thank you so much. Bye.